My name is A Demented Jim from YouTube. You maybe recognize me from my videos for the DWI Dementia Wrestling Institute. But now I'm on a journey, a quest to find Phil Ice, Damien Demento. He lives somewhere in New York, and we're going to search this whole city from top to bottom until we find him. Join us, will you? When we started looking for Damien Demento, we did not know where to look for him first. Where in the world do you start looking for the world's greatest jobber? Where else? Of course, right here in New York. Our search for Damien Demento has taken an interesting turn. We found the childhood home of Phil Ice. And even more interesting than that, we have found his first baby bonnet. Could explain the shape of that head. As we poke around Phil's childhood home, look at all the treasures we find. Look at this picture. His ancestors, his descendants, grandfathers, grandmothers, nieces and nephews, now well into the ground, put there by, well, the Undertaker, which should bring back memories for Phil, huh? And look at this guy right here. Yes, you may recognize him. He would come into all our memories these days because, of course, that is Phil, Papa, Father, Taro. Where do you think he got that idea from? Not far from his childhood home, we actually found the home of Phil's parents. Let's see if they'll talk to us. Hello? Hello? Mr. and Mrs. Ice? Hello? We'd like to talk about your son?
Golly, you punk-ass bitch!
Hey, why don't you leave us alone? We don't want to talk about our son. He's an embarrassment. Leave us alone or I'm calling the cops. Okay, we've done the childhood home. We've tried the parents. Enough of the past. It's time to move on to the present. We know Phil is located somewhere in the city, so now we're going to find him. Smell that? It's the stench of jobber burgers. Let's hit the trail. Here we are, Coney Island. Heard a rumor that Damien Demento was spotted down here somewhere. I've looked everywhere. I don't see him. But somewhere here there has to be a sign. The subway, like the yellow brick road, it would lead us to wherever Phil is hiding out. Where in New York were we going to find Damien Demento? Well, we start with the train. So as I jumped on the train, didn't see anybody here. And I think our first stop would prove to be beneficial. The whole city here in New York, somewhere, somehow, we are going to find Damien Demento. So here we are, in the city that never sleeps. So where, oh where, is Damien Demento? He's here somewhere, and we'll find him. People everywhere. And Phil could be anywhere. We could walk into him any minute. Where are you, Phil? Where are you? Where else to start looking for Phil Ice, otherwise known as Damien Demento, than the Mecca, Madison Square Garden. And wouldn't you know it, when we got here, we found his biggest groupie, Sharona, who grew up in Des Moines, Iowa, still in New York, still looking for Damien Demento.
I went to Chicago when I saw him and he lost. I went to San Francisco when he lost, and I went to New York and he lost, but I can't find him anymore.
The search at the Garden proved fruitless, as nobody would even admit having even seen him wrestle. But I think I have a new tip. Somebody told me where he actually worked after he left the WWE. We're going there now. Apparently this is one of the last places that Phil worked before he joined Stickum and YouTube and got his claim to fame now. Right after he left the WWE, he worked here. Yeah. They sold chickens here. And Phil ate them out of business. It's another sad chapter in Phil Theis's life. My search led me all over the city, but finally I smelled that familiar smell. I knew the chase had gotten me closer. Yes, I smelled the smell of jobber burgers. Well, nobody would appear with me from White Castle. I wasn't allowed inside. And none of the customers would appear on camera because they were all pissed off. Because apparently, Phil Theis had just been there and ate out their whole inventory. It's just a shame. Where could Phil be? Where could he be? Popeyes. No, couldn't be that easy, could it? So now our journey has taken us to Central Park. We heard a tip that Damien was sleeping in the park for a while when he couldn't get a decent apartment. And we heard a few places where he might have been hanging out. So we're gonna look and see what we can find. Our search tells us that he was sleeping somewhere right around here. Let's see what we can find. What do we have here? Oh my goodness. And a jobber burger. And he didn't even finish it. There are miracles. And what's this? Let's open it up and find out. Oh my God! That case? It had clown makeup! Let's get out of here. I'm really scared now. We're in a park that supposedly is inhabited by jobbers. I really want to get out of here. I'm really scared. I heard he's like in a neighborhood near here. Let's go. If this street was a color, it'd be painted yellow. Because this is the path to Phil Theis's house. This is the yellow brick road leading us to the Wizard of Jobs. Any minute now we'll be at Phil's house. And we'll confront the man, the legend, the jobber. Just wait and see what happens. Here we are, Damien Demento's building. I know it's his building. Just look at the clues. They say all good things come in threes. That is, all good things. Except for Phil Theis. I'm almost at the point of being nervous. We are so close. I can almost taste it. Well, I don't want to taste it. But I can almost reach out and touch this PAB. He's within our reach. Our long journey is just about to an end. We're getting closer. And closer. And closer. I can feel it. I think our journey has reached an end. I think we've gotten to Phil's house. Here we are. We've made it to Damien Demento's residence. Look at this mess. Jobber burgers all over. Doesn't this guy know where a trash can is? Here's his door. Wait. Listen to that. I think he's inside. Listen. Let's find out if he's home.
What do you want?
It's a Demented Jim from YouTube. We're looking for Phil Theis, Damien Demento.
Who do you want?
We want Phil. Phil, we hear him in there. Can we speak to Phil, Damien Demento?
No!
Please?
Go away! You people that you've been by here 3 times in the last 15 years! Why don't you just leave us alone? Go home, you darn paparazzi!
Wow. Well, it looks like we found Phil And we lost Phil. A job well done. Well, our journey is complete. We searched the whole city, and we found where Phil lived. We may not have gotten to see him, but we tracked him down. So the next time he closes a YouTube, Stick'em, or Blog TV account, we know where to find you, Phil.